In the second Sunday of Lent, the liturgy of the Church proposed to us the Gospel of the Transfiguration. And the Transfiguration invites us to ponder anew on how do we live our lives in the vision of faith. How do we live the crosses and sufferings and death that surrounds us, like for example the attack in Ukraine or the ongoing pandemic around us, or personally in our struggles or in the sufferings of our loved ones that we carry with us. How do we live in the vision of faith, believing that the crosses, sufferings and death, they do not have the last word? It is God's love and fidelity to us that will win at the end. The greater reality behind the cross that there is resurrection. Luke's version invites us to enter into this vision of faith through prayer, because Jesus was transfigured when he was praying and his disciples were with him. And it is in prayer that we re-listen again, or we deepen again, recognizing once again the voice of the Father who invites us to look at Jesus and invites us to listen that this is the beloved Son. Listen to him. To look at Jesus' life, to see how he also lived the crosses and sufferings in his life, but believing fervently that God's love and God's faithfulness will triumph in the end. And listening to Jesus in prayer allows us to be transformed in our vision, in our way of thinking, or in our way of judging things or circumstances around us. And I think today we can also take seriously the attitude of the disciples at the end, because the Gospel ended by saying that the disciples fell silent. It is in silence that we allow the noises that crowds our hearts and our minds to quieten down. It is in silence that we can refocus again, looking at Jesus and looking at his life, listening to him again, speaking words of friendship, words of encouragement, words of consolation and love to us. May today be a day of prayer. May today be a day of refocusing our gaze again on Jesus, believing that love has the final word.